Hello everyone, amateur meteorologist first and weather here. It is August 24th, 2020, and wow, what a difference 24 hours makes. This is now what remains of Tropical Storm Marco, which was once actually a Category 1 hurricane, and just yesterday evening, many of the models actually have this maintaining strength as a strong tropical storm or a weak Cat 1 hurricane, especially some of the hurricane models. But now in just 24 hours, Marco is barely a tropical storm. You can see it's a naked swirl. The rotation is right here, but all the activity is right around here, which really indicates just how disorganized and weak and this system is, and just how much it's struggling. It's really surprising actually to see just how much the system was torn apart by that very strong wind shear as it went northward into the Gulf. And you might recall yesterday when I was making my earlier video, I did say how I didn't expect Marco to strengthen at all because of that wind shear, but I did expect it to maintain at least moderate to strong tropical storm strength. But as you can see, that is not what's happening right here. In fact, its sustained winds, I believe, are at 40 miles per hour. So again, barely a tropical storm. It's expected to weaken into a depression by the time it makes landfall later this evening, if it hasn't already. And so you can see the tropical storm wind field again is very small, and by the time it hits Louisiana, really no wind threat at all. Mostly just heavy rains on the east side of the storm and potential waterspout or tornado threat as you start to get some friction once these outer bands start making landfall in the Mississippi Valley area and also southern Alabama and particularly eastern Louisiana. If we look at the storm tracks right here, you can see pretty good consensus that it's going to go make landfall here and then just gradually drift to the northwest. And then before the models just totally stop picking up the system, and it will be sucked up into a small weakness here, a trough that is breaking down, but it will be sucked up and then eventually just merge and completely dissipate. So again, fortunately this has not turned out to be the threat that we were looking at just 24 hours ago. Definitely a close call, and definitely for people in Louisiana and Mississippi and eastern Texas, a lucky weakening of the system. And if you look at the strength plots, you can see it's barely at tropical storm strength right now, and it's expected to rapidly weaken into depression status, 20 to 30 mile per hour sustained winds. So essentially just a rainstorm, really. And if we look at the high-res HRRR model, or HRRR, you can see that the majority of the rainfall is really going to just be concentrated on the far eastern side of the storm. Really just some tropical rain showers, tropical rain bands moving onto the coast and lingering, coupled with some normal thunderstorm summer activity with that extra added tropical moisture. And as you can see, a general 1 to maybe 3 inches of rain in places like Alabama, eastern and southeastern Mississippi, and just the extreme southeastern portions of Louisiana. The real main wind threat is essentially non-existent at this point, and we're just going to see maybe a touch of storm surge and some heavy rains, particularly in southern Mississippi and southwestern Alabama. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I just wanted to do a quick update just to let you guys know about how the system has completely weakened, which is really good news for areas that were supposed to get hit by Marco. What was looking like a Category 1 hurricane at landfall is now barely a tropical storm, so a good lucky near miss here, but definitely now the attention turns to Tropical Storm Laura, which is expected to be a much bigger threat and has the potential to actually intensify into a very strong hurricane. As it enters the Gulf of Mexico, it will be encountering a very low shear environment in contrast to what we saw with Marco. So again, definitely the same areas, especially eastern Texas, Louisiana, need to pay close attention to the next few days for Tropical Storm Laura, as it will probably intensify into a pretty significant hurricane. So that's it for this video, guys. Stay tuned for my update video tomorrow on Laura, and I'll see you guys next time.